Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This week we are on week 5 summary. So I will be going over on how week 5 has gone with my weight loss as a postpartum mom who has a 3-month-old right here. Week 5, I want to say it's a good week. It's a really good week. I don't like to use the word motivation, but the motivation or the excitement is finally kicking in. I know the last couple of summaries that you've seen, all I've done is complain and complain and complain about how I'm not seeing progress, and this week things have changed. Okay, now if you're someone on your weight loss phase and you feel like you're doing it all and you wanted to see faster results and you're a little unmotivated, here's a video to show you that if you just stay consistent, I promise you it starts to feel so much better. It starts to feel a little bit easier, or at least your hard work starts showing up. So let's explain how week 5 has gone. I did not do a vlog. I know week 4 I didn't do a vlog. This week I didn't do a vlog either. I just felt like it was adding too much to my plate and it was just causing me to feel very overwhelmed. So I want to avoid feeling overwhelmed, and if that means just doing a summary, then that's all I'm going to work on. Week 5, the reason we are motivated, it's not just because the scale moved, although the scale did move, so I am excited about that. We had a few inches coming down, so I'll explain that. But the other thing that really helped, I feel like it was me really finding myself in my element again, like finding myself back in the gym, feeling stronger. So I can finally start kind of feeling a little bit stronger in my core, kind of like finding my groove. The first couple of times that I had been going to the gym, I'm not gonna lie, I felt super guilty about leaving him behind, and I just felt like I just wanted to rush through my workouts so I could come back home and be with him. And this time around, I started to kind of see it less of a selfish thing of me going to the gym, but really seeing like how much it has improved with myself, my mood, my feelings, and how I can just prioritize myself for a little bit. Like all I have to think about is myself. That has been one of the things that has made week 5 more exciting when it comes to photo shoot. Now let's go ahead and talk about stats, and I will talk about how the week went. Week 5, we dropped down, and I say we, myself, I have dropped down to 135. So the weight finally budged. It felt like forever, but the weight is coming down. We're down to 135, and I dropped half an inch on my waist and my hips as well. That is an improvement there. I mentioned on week 4, I added 2 sessions of cardio. I have continued with adding those 2 sessions of cardio, which I really enjoy because it's the time that I do things that I normally kind of dread from doing as a business owner, like admin work. So I was able to do a little bit of admin work while I was at the gym on the treadmill. I'm able to catch up with certain things that I dread being in my office doing, or sometimes it's a little bit hard to do because he's with me all the time. All right, we're gonna set him down because I know he is going to get all the attention and you guys just wanted to see him, but I don't wanna have him too much on video. So week 5 was the 4th of July weekend where we did had our first road trip to my mom's, which is about a 6-7 hour drive. Now with a baby on our way back was like a 9-hour drive, which was, oh my God, it was very tiring. What I did is I got 2 of my workouts in before the 4th of July that we traveled. While we traveled, we did stop by for breakfast because we left super early. We left like around 5 a.m. We drove as far as like we could while he was sleeping so he didn't get so fussy, and then we stopped and had breakfast. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share 2 pictures of the breakfast I did have. I also took my mom out for breakfast, so I had 3 breakfasts this week 5. With those 3 breakfasts, there's a few things I still navigate. Now, because I am very consistent with my nutrition, these little outings don't make a huge impact with my weight loss, but I would prefer to not have that many outings just because I like to be a little bit more in control. With breakfast, what I like to do is I always like to order a omelet with enough veggies. I always ask for egg whites, no cheese, and I just choose one of the carb sources. So most of the time I want toast. If you guys don't know me, I love my toast in the morning with my coffee. So I always order a sourdough toast dry, so that means they don't put any butter. And to replace the hash browns, I ask them if they have any cottage cheese. So I know a lot of times at restaurants, they're like, oh, but it comes included. And then you feel like you're getting robbed if you pay for the same amount, but you don't get the hash browns and the toast and all those stuff. It doesn't matter. Just don't ask for it because it's not on your plate. You're not going to eat it. That's how I was able to navigate, with our road trip and going out to eat. Not gonna lie, at my mom's, I always have a little bit of a struggle when it comes to nutrition, just because I see my mom maybe 2 to 3 times a year, and I do miss her cooking. I have noticed that the reason I struggle is because I do miss a little bit of her cooking. So she did make homemade tortillas, and then we did have grilled meat. It wasn't so bad. We went and visit my aunt and my cousins, and they did have chicharrón and tostadas, and I did have 2 tostadas with a little bit of this kind of pico de gallo that they had salad, and I did have a chicharrón. So it wasn't as perfect as I would have liked, but once again, this is life. Life happens, events happen, I know not every week is gonna look like this. I controlled wherever I could, so that meant eating at home with my mom. I did my best to not snack around. I've also noticed that where my mom lives, it's not a very walkable area. I really have to go somewhere to go walk, and we were only gonna be there for such a short time that it just seemed like more of a waste of time going places, and my steps were very low. She normally has a treadmill. She didn't have a treadmill, but I did go to the gym. I went to the gym. I have my cousin who's also part of my coaching who has lost, oh my God, more than 90 pounds, and she'd never been to a gym. So I invited her to the gym. We got a workout in. I really enjoyed it because any questions that she had or concerns with exercises, we went over them, and hopefully I was able to help her out with any questions that she might have had, because we were talking about how there comes a point where your exercises are more than just rush it, get it done. It has to be intentional. When it comes to working out, it's about focusing on that muscle that you are trying to improve in order to build your body. Sorry, he distracted me, and now I'm where was I? We came back on Saturday morning. We had another long drive. Driving back was way more difficult than going. So it was a 9-hour drive. We had to make quite a bit of stops because I feel he got a little bit fussy. He wanted a little bit of cuddles. The nice thing is we're learning that there's just bathrooms, but there's also little places where you can stop. So we're figuring out where we can stop. We can just let him kind of rest, and we can rest as well. But that being said, 9 hours, we got home, and I'm not gonna lie, I also didn't go get my steps. I was just so exhausted. I didn't realize how exhausted I was. I know my husband even took a nap. We were just so tired that on Sunday, we did not make it a priority to go on our normal Sunday routine where we go we weren't gonna go out for breakfast because we went out for breakfast quite a bit, but we normally go out for breakfast, we go for a walk. We were just exhausted that we were let's just chill as much as we could. I did go get a workout in, so I did manage to get my 4 workouts in and my 2 cardio sessions in. This is how week 5 has gone. We are feeling excited, motivated, whatever you want to call it. Not to mention, we did stop by and look at the gym where the photo shoot is going to be, things start to really show up, like the vision starts to come alive, or however you want to say it. Those are the things that excite me as a coach, not just because I'm doing this photo shoot myself, but for my clients to have like the best experience. That's what really excites me. So even if I don't get like the results that I had envisioned, my goal, like I mentioned on week 4, I switched the mindset from just making this about my weight loss, but instead it's making it about like putting in the effort to get back into my health and fitness with a 3-month-old, because it is difficult, okay? When it comes to the way we're doing this is my husband and I were tag teaming, you know, like I can only go to a gym at certain times so he can watch him. And then there's days where I'm like, all right, are you gonna go to a gym today? And he goes to a gym. So that's just how we're making it work. And it's very possible it does come with its challenges, but I am here for it. I am here for it. That's how week 5 has gone. If you would like to see how my journey is going as a first-time mom who's trying to lose the baby weight and is also prepping for a photo shoot, then go ahead and bless you. Then go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And if you find these videos very helpful, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And if there's something that you would like me to talk about, I know the last couple of videos I've only done summaries, but if there's something that you feel like would be super beneficial for you, if you are on your weight loss journey and you would like me to share, please comment down below. And until next time, I can't wait to see what happens at week 6. All right, bye.